sir, yes sir. Big shout out to everybody out there in the Shark Tank. Big shout out to everybody out there in the Shark Tank. Big shout out to all my people out there on the back street. Y'all don't forget to hit them like buttons. Don't forget to hit them like buttons if you haven't already subscribed. Don't forget to subscribe. And guess what, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. It's Talk Shit Tuesday. Big shout out to them, Ohio Buckeyes, representing 2024 national champions. Big shout out to the OSU, baby. Big shout out to my man CB in the house. What up, fam? Big shout out to Captain Caveman in the house. What up, fam? Representing the D, my man Chico Nicholas in the house. What up, fam? Yo, my man Double M Desbo. Y'all bite down and shake that like button. Y'all heard the man. Shout out to my main man, Johnny 5 in the house. What up, fam? The Insane Honey Badger. What up, fam? Yo. Swamp Thing Melee in the house. What up, fam? Another big shout out to my man, Mr. Brandon Newhouse. What up, fam? My man, Bruce Banner. What up, man? Yo, my man, Johnny Rockets in the house. What up, fam? Big shout out to Inglewood Kennels in the hills. What up, fam? Yo. Hart and Benny's Kennels in the house. What up, fam? Big shout out to the Bird Dog. What up, fam? Representing North Carolina, my man, the one and only Mr. Courtney Edwards in the house. What up, fam? Long time supporter, we all know him as Mr. Dickie Monsters in the house. What up, fam? Yo, my man, Mr. Michael Schrader in the house. What up, fam? Bringing down the house, Catch Wreck in the house. What up, fam? My man Eli Monster in the house. What up, fam? Yo, 517 SEK in the house. What up, fam? Big shout out to my man, Mr. Burning Star in the house. What up, fam? Yo, the Rabbit Man's in the house. What up, fam? RBG Lone Wolf in the house. What up, fam? Yo, Mr. O's in the house. What up, fam? What up? What's up? Big shout out to everybody out there in the Shark Tank. Big shout out to all my people out there on the back street. What up, y'all? What up? What up? Y'all know what time it is? It is Talk Shit Tuesday. I need to make sure everybody hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that like button. To all my people on the back street, y'all know what time it is. Roll them up, get that drink together, sit back, enjoy the show. Again, let me give a big shout out to my Ohio State Buckeyes for coming through like, they was due. They was due. And like they do, they put that ass whooping on that ass. You know what I'm saying? OSU putting it in. Can't help but represent, you know what I'm saying? That's a big accomplishment. Big accomplishment, especially when you do it like you do it. 8 took them all out. They had no business being down there at 8 any damn way. Fuck around losing to Michigan. How in the hell you go from number 1 all the way to 8? Don't worry about it. And that's how you clean up your mess. That's how you come back and be about that life and clean up your shit. You know what I'm saying? Boy, it's in your blood, boy. It's in your blood. I think I got everybody out there representing and everything. Hey, y'all, tonight's going to be one of them kind of shows, Let's Talk Shit Tuesday. So we're just going to go ahead and let Mo just go ahead and do his thing. But before I let him get started, we all know how it is to have dogs come up missing. I mean, not everybody know, because if you didn't have shit on your yard and you didn't have shit, I'm pretty sure nobody wants your shit. See, we have lost some good dogs over the years. We lost Mikey. We lost Judo. We lost Bruiser. We lost Yellow Day. We Lil Max, LIL MAYDAY. What was the other little bitty bitch? Speedy. We lost Speedy. Lil Roger. We know how it is. But in the same token, remember, we seen Molly B, and she was a stolen dog in somebody else's hands. So it's one of them things. I mean, history shows us art, stolen dog. You never know what happened to these dogs once they're gone. Some of them pop up with new pedigrees, whole new names, You know, we already know about Bolio's. Shit, they didn't even change his damn name. You know what I mean? Didn't even hide the fact where he was. You know? But it's just that type of shit that happens. And to be honest with you, man, it's a hurting feeling when it happens to you. You know, that's why it's always good when we talk about them cameras, check them chains. It's not just for, you know, the tree huggers. It's for, you know, I call them the thug lifers. The wannabes who can't make their own, so they're going to come take your shit. So, you know, this game has always been full of that kind of bullshit. So, always beware, you know, they don't open the gates to, I think, where is that? Where's the big bank at, man? Where they hold all the gold? Fort Knox. Not any and everybody can just walk up in the Fort Knox and just go check on the gold. You know what I mean? You got to be able to lock your shit down like a Fort Knox. And even when we was getting our shit though, we had double locks. I mean, double collars with locks on them. And they got smart enough to come out there and with bolt cutters and shit. You know, just kind of all kinds of crazy shit. But again, don't think everybody's got the integrity, and especially when you got good shit, because maybe that's why people don't let other people in their yards anymore. You know, I'm just saying, shit been like that for many years, and it's always gonna continuously be like that. And if you didn't have shit worth stealing, they wouldn't be trying to steal it. So I just put that out there for everybody. Take care of your shit. Don't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? But something else that we was talking about on the over the last couple shows as we was going back in history and talking about different things. You know, we talked about mainly people and dogs and traits and being able to look at things and understand what you're looking at. Tonight, that's going to be very important. Very, very important. Because, you know, one thing that we do here, we always try to bring receipts. But and we really don't we don't really deviate from what we've said in the past. I mean, because when you live something a certain type of way, you feel more comfortable talk. You know, it's easier to tell the truth than it is to try to maintain a lie. You know, remember that. It's easier to always be truthful than it is to try to maintain a lie. So, keeping that thought in mind, understand the things that we have talked about over the last couple shows, especially since we've been back. Because it's important to understand that the things that we talk about covers a wide base of many things, but hopefully it gives you a better understanding of when you do what you're doing. You don't have to do exactly what we did, but be able to understand the process, you know what I'm saying? Understanding the process and understanding the things that's needed to have the success for yourself moving forward. Because that to us has always been important, simply because we're trying to do what they're doing. We're trying to play and be in the fast lane and be able to get out there and jump on the road and don't give a damn who we was running into, because that's the way they was acting. Hell, we had to be able to have the right shit to get out there and do like they was doing, you know, and have fun doing it, but it was still a process. And understanding that process and doing it as long as we were doing it, we don't really have to argue about the process. Yep, it was always the ups and downs. You're always going to have ups and downs dealing with these dogs. Not everything is going to work. I mean, that just comes with the game. You won't know that until you get into the game. We try to tell you all the bumps and the bruises, all the shit that we shouldn't have did, and all the things we could have did, like using the steroids, not doing the, you know, not breeding certain things, all the things, the good and the bad that came with this game. We don't bite our tongue about none of this shit. You're going to hear about it all, you know, over the 2.5+ years that we've been doing this. There's a lot of gems jewels are up in some of these conversations. But you got to just get in there and find what works for you. Take a little bit that's going to work for you. But the things that don't ever change are supposed to always be a part of you. And that's your honor, your truthfulness, your integrity, and your loyalty to what you do. The loyalty of being what you need to be with these dogs. I mean, without that, everything is just not going to work. It just don't work, man. So, I'm finna turn this over to Mo. I'm trying not to be here all night long, but you know how he get. But he got something to get off his chest, and I think I'm not gonna waste no more of y'all time. I'm gonna just let him dive right into this, and we're gonna rock it from there. I'm gonna do a follow up and give you my piece once he's said what has been said and has already been done. But sit back, pay close attention, and enjoy the show.
What up, everybody? Talk Shit Tuesday. What's up, y'all? You see, I got my actor shit on today. Representing that all the way to the dime with the AK behind it. That's right. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Hollering back in the Shark Tank, Backstreet, the viewers. What up? Yeah, Mike kind of opened up the door a little bit. I know y'all wondering, like, what the hell is this dude talking about tonight? Well, it actually started with, I would have to say, with somebody in the comment section. I'm going to take y'all to the comment section right quick. Somebody wrote a comment on the Abraham show right there. Said, have you ever looked at KUNTA? Where the red nose come from? Not saying his pedigree is incorrect, but I think someone needs to clarify this. And what I replied to him, I replied right here. I said, when I first saw him, I thought he was Champion the Brat's brother, LIL MAYDAY, who had come up missing. A good question I wondered myself. Okay? That was my reply. All right? Now, you would think it would be over with that. But it wasn't. It wasn't. Next thing I got a picture. And this picture, hold on. Bring it over here a little bit. And the picture that I got was this picture right here. Now, I didn't understand the picture until I seen the pedigree that this picture was with. The picture was with KUNTA's pedigree. Now, this is a pedigree I never seen. This is a picture I've never seen this picture before. The picture I've always seen was this picture of KUNTA. That's why I always said he's always looked like LIL MAYDAY to me. LIL MAYDAY wasn't a puppy when he came up missing. LIL MAYDAY was 20 months old. BRAT had won her first match. She went out when she was 18 months old and won her first match. Okay? By the time we started matching BRAT, I had took Apache up to STOMIN Norman's. And I had LIL MAYDAY with me because I didn't want him on the yard while I was doing the brat. So when I got up to Norman's with Little Mayday, everything was cool, everything was straight, but I seen Pretty Mama. And he was like, hey, do me a favor. You know, Mama getting old. She's been in the house, but she's always been a good bulldog. You know, I didn't peek at her. He said, why don't you let Little Mayday hit her? Let's see how good she, you know, see what she do with Little Mayday. I said, you sure you want to put him on her? He was like, yeah. Well, we did it. And surprisingly, I saw something in her. You know, she was already 5, just turning 5. But she was running, and, you know, Little Mayday ain't nothing to be playing with, so she had to crank up her game to even deal with him. And she dealt with him enough to know that I said, you know what, this bitch could win. So what I did, I told Norm, hey, I leave Little Mayday here. Let me take Pretty Mama and take her out with Brat. When I get done, or right there in between, you know, I will bring her back when I'm done. Win or lose, if you want me to bring your dog back, you know, I won't let her get out there and get killed. I'll bring her back. Because she was triple bred Whistler. You know, Whistler Jr. was his favorite dog. And he had a 3 times triple bred dog off of Whistler. But she was like a good dog. So I'm like, man, I think I can do something with these 2 bitches. So he said, cool. Now, the problem with that was after I did it. You know, everybody's wondering where was Little Mayday at, and I said, well, I got Stormin' Norman up there with him. First thing they started saying, man, why you leave your dog up there with Norman? And every time somebody leave a dog with Norman, that dog come up missing. So I'm thinking with my relationship with Norman, I got Pretty Mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he ever thought that she was going to become a champion or not. But, you know, I figure, you know, he got my dog, I got his dog. He'll take care of my dog. He wants this dog back. I'm pretty thinking, shorty, she's precious to him. Triple bred Whistler Jr. I'm pretty sure he's going to take care of my dogs. And so I got Little Mayday and Apache, and I had Brat's brother. He was up there. I eventually went back up and grabbed him and brought him back to Akron and gave him to a friend because he was a man-eater. Norman was having trouble feeding him. So I brought him back to Akron, gave him to a guy named Tone. Tone held him. You know, he became a good dog. Tone never had no problems with him. But Tone got sick. And when Tone died, he had left instructions to his wife that if something happened to him, make sure Twin gets this dog back. And I eventually ended up getting him back. Okay. My KP, he was in, you know, he was doing some time. And when he got out, I sent him, this is, now we hooked with Brat and Mama for number 2. So I send T.O. up to get Little Mayday, bring him back. Because, you know, hey, let's start pre-keeping him, give you something to do while I do these bitches. So he jumps in his ride, he goes all the way up there. But by the time he get up there, you know, now he's having problems getting in touch with Norman. You know, he's having a hard time getting to Norman's spot, you know. So I had Norman's address already, so I gave it to him. Okay, when he gets there, he tells me that, hey, you know you got some puppies up here? Puppies? What puppies? Yeah, there's a chocolate male and a little female. And they're with Apache, so they got to be her pups. Okay? And then he said, and then I goes over, I see where Little Mayday was, but when I get over there, he's not there. But I see these fresh prints, because it was snow outside. I see somebody just took him off the chain. I said, well, where the footprints lead? They lead into the house. And ain't nobody coming to the door. You know, that's what happened with Little Mayday. You know, now we did eventually send somebody up there to go up on in there. You know, if you don't come to the door, you know, I sent the people, right people to go up in there and, you know, open that door, go in there and check the house. You know what I mean? Maybe he didn't want Little Mayday to leave or something. First thing he did wrong was he bred Little Mayday to Apache. That was something that I didn't know he did. I didn't ask him to do it, nor did I want him to do it. Why would I want to breed a male that I have plans on doing? You know, I'm not a fan of breeding males that got, you know, the potential to go out there and get some work in. So that was the first flag, these puppies. Okay? Now, never seen Little Mayday. I never seen Norm again. So I figure, you know, he took Little Mayday, and I guess I ain't got no reason to give him back Pretty Mama. So she ended up on our yard. Never seen Little Mayday or Norm, but we came back with those two puppies. Now, it just so happened, the little female, she comes in heat. She comes in heat early. She came in about a year old. And yeah, I took and I bred Little Buck, you know, Yellow Buck Miss Nico male. Her first heat, I bred her. I didn't see no problem with it. Kind of young, but she was hot. You know what I'm saying? And she was all I had off of Little Mayday. So I said, and Brat's out there doing her thing, and Mama. So I said, well, I'll breed Little Mayday to her. I mean, a Little Buck to her. So I bred Little Buck to Sassy, being she's off of Little Mayday. That's where the Mayday part came in. Little Sassy was bred to, you know, Little Buck was bred to Sassy Girl. And that's where Baby and Buck Rogers and Yellow Day and that litter came from, the first Mayday Stone City cross. It wasn't through Brat, it was through Little Mayday. Okay, that's where we go from there. Now let's get back to this picture. The guy that sent me this picture, like I said, I never seen the picture before. But as soon as I saw the picture, I called Mike. Keep in mind now, Little Mayday was 20 months old, so it wasn't like a little puppy disappeared off my yard, because he wasn't. And when Brat and them were young, and I had those puppies off of Mayday, the only dog that I kept on my yard, because I had little going hard Ben, I had him take Brat and the LITTERMATE sister Ace, and there was two other ones out of that litter with Grand Champion. With Grand Champion Ace. No, I'm sorry. Those puppies was off of Mayday bred the Red Ace. Okay, and there was like 6 of them. I kept Little Mayday and I sent Little Ben because he was down going to Virginia and he had a yard that he could kept the dogs on. So he took those dogs, but I wasn't letting Little Mayday go. You know, he was the only male in that litter, and he was not going nowhere. He's staying right there with me. So he stayed there all the way up to the time that, you know, I got ready to do Brat, and I took him up to Norm. Again, I lost him. But when I saw this picture here, first thing I did is I called Mike. I showed Mike the picture, and he said, man, who was that? Is that a picture of Little Mayday? I said, no, that's KUNTA. He said, you bullshit. I said, nope, that's a picture of KUNTA. That's KUNTA. And as I looked at it, it's not the fact that I didn't know my dog. Okay? I just wanted to make sure it was my dog. Now, I want y'all to I'm going to give y'all a few seconds here to take a good look at these two pictures here. Okay? Look at this one here, and look at these two dogs here. These two dogs here, this is Brat and Mayday. Now, you know, I'm always talking about genetics. You know, I'm always pushing the genetic thing. And I want to I'm going to point out a few things. Okay? First thing I'm going to point out the most obvious thing to me. And this is what drew my attention. If you notice this thing on Brat, see that little spot right here on the chest? Do you see how it goes off to the left? Look at her sires. It goes off to the left. Goes off to the left. First thing I noticed, because Brat and Little Mayday were almost identical. Little Mayday had like a thicker head, like Mayday, but had, you know, Red Ace's ears. But he also had that gummy mouth. Even Brat has this gummy mouth. When she's got her mouth open, she has all this beef. Look at this beef here. Look at this beef here. Look at their head. Take a good close look. Notice the resemblance. So now I'm pointing out. No, not only am I saying, "Oh, that's my dog." I'm pointing out things that genetics are bringing to the table. You know, I just don't want to say it and just by saying it. I want to point out some things that, because I know my dog. I know these dogs. Okay? So we got the gummy mouth, beefy mouth, the head, the ears, the markings. Another thing, pay closer attention to the feet. There's Mayday's feet. That's Mayday's feet. These two feet is Brat's. See the white tips on the feet? Okay. Genetics. Genetics. I'm trying to find every reason why that's not Little Mayday, to be honest. We are really sitting back, really trying to make sure. I know my dog when I see him, but I don't want to be wrong. Okay, so I'm pointing out all the things that I knew about Little Mayday, and I'm looking on KUNTA saying, this is crazy. You know, change my mind and let me stop calling him KUNTA to the point where I can call him Little Mayday. As you can see the feet. There's Mayday's. You can see a little bit of their feet right there. But you see both the Brats. That's a genetic trait. This is a genetic trait. This is a genetic trait. Genetic trait. Genetic trait. Genetic trait. You can almost look at the two dogs between Mayday and KUNTA. And if it don't be for the ears, KUNTA took his daddy's head, like Little Mayday. I said Brat and Little Mayday were almost identical dogs. Identical. You notice Brat's leg, that leg right here. You notice it got a bend on it. Well, when they was 10 months old, about 11, months old, we put Brat and Little Mayday on each other. Little Mayday didn't like Brat going into his ass in. He went and when he bit her and broke right this part of her leg and that part of her leg. There was breaks on both parts of her leg, right here and right here. Still didn't stop Brat. Brat was still acting like her leg wasn't even broke. It was just a dangling. It got so bad, you know, we stopped it because the two pieces, the little middle piece, was starting to stick out. You know, it was like the one piece of the leg going one way and the other piece of the leg going the other way. So we ended up having to take Brat to the vet, told him it was a kennel accident, and the puppy got her leg broke. But that's why she has a bend, because of that breakage. Yes, I did put a lot of work into Brat and getting her on her feet. And which she, you know, I did everything a person could do to get that leg back. And she did very well, and it healed very well. But I was able to put her in keep, and, you know, it never became a problem. I was worried about somebody biting her and it causing a problem, but, you know, first thing you got to do is get down there to it. But it was never an issue. Another thing I want to point out is the body structure. We all understand that Mayday dogs, they throw great bodies, beautiful bodies, especially these dogs, our dogs. We got a lot of good bodies out of those dogs. Look at his build, even though he's a big dog. And look at KUNTA's build. To stand back and you would say, he looks like Mayday with a red nose. Because that's what he used to look like to me, except for the ears, the airplane ears, which both of them have. Another thing, you really can't see KUNTA's eyes. But in any other picture, you probably would see it. You can see it a little bit. But he has those same colored eyes as did Little Mayday. Like I said, him and Brat was almost identical. Brat was a little smaller. Her head wasn't as big as Mayday's and Little Mayday's head. But, you know, she had that crazy ass Mayday look. Her and Little Mayday. Okay? See this little white mark on KUNTA's nose? You see that? I'm going to show you a picture of Sassy Girl. Let's see if I can find it here, guys. Hold on. Let me go look for it. I know I had one here. Let me look for it right quick, gentlemen. I know I had it just somewhere here. There's Sassy Girl. This is the only female. This is that female I told you that came off of Apache and Little Mayday. This is Little Mayday's only female. Remember those two puppies? This is the female. Off of Little Mayday. She had that same old little powdered little white mark right there on her left side of her nose. Wasn't as big, but it almost looked like a powder puff fade on her nose. Clear as white as you could see it. Look at her feet. Believe me, they was both white feet. In. She carried it on these two toes here and on these two toes here. So she had both same old white feet, but she was almost like her daddy, but she was built almost like BRAT. Even she had a beautiful body as far as masculinity. Now, if you don't know who Sassy is, let me fix this up and then put it on a pedigree where y'all can see it right quick. Hold on, fellas. Let me do this the right way. So I can pull it up better. That's Sassy girl. Sassy is the mama to the first Mayday Stone City Cross. Okay? She was our brood bitch. We bred her a lot. But out of that breeding, she produced Buck Rogers and Baby. You see what I'm saying? And there was, as you see, we did some breedings with her. There's Yellow Day, Bucko, Baby, Red Man. More of the recognizable dogs in our pedigree, like Baby and Buck Rogers. Baby produced What a Day, Yellowbird, Elrod, and Gus. Again, to me, more genetics. You know, Mayday was a producer. You know what I mean? Stone City was a producer. And I think that's why it works so well. You know what I mean? Same with Buck Rogers. What I do wrong? Where'd that picture go, man? I lost that picture that quick. There you go. Still carrying. What's familiar? Red nose, white toes. His don't go all the way across up to the left, but he had a nice big white, pretty chest. It didn't go all the way up. It was almost like a pyramid right there. You can even see it. Genetics, though. No, he did have a little white on his toes up in the front, like his mama. Had the toes in the front like his mama. And where did she get it from? His daddy. So I'm still speaking on traits. Traits. Now, my biggest thing was in this was I'm counting on traits, but I'm looking for traits to disqualify any doubt in my mind that this could maybe not be Little Mayday. I don't know how, Butcher Knife and them got the dog. You know what I'm saying? It probably would have never even been nothing to even discuss if it don't be for the guy in the comment. But I've always said that KUNTA looked it very much like Little Mayday. I just could never see his chest and his characteristics, just because he had ears like him, just because he looked like Brat. That was, it was never, something that I kind of focused on. It was always a conversation because, he was the dog that beat, and Buck Rogers was a 39, 41 pounder too. And, like I said, we tried to get those two together. Maybe it was the reason why we couldn't. Maybe the sports guys didn't want it to happen. Because Lord knows, just imagine if I'd have walked in there with Little Mayday's grandson and seen Little Mayday there, it might have been a problem. But one thing I had in my favor, I had Brat. And when nothing stopped me from making sure that dog was not my dog when I had proof. Because all we got to do is DNA these two dogs right here. And that should tell us that these dogs are littermates. That would have been the end of that. You know what I'm saying? I would have been fussing, but I'd have maintained my composure on the simple fact that we just get these two dogs tested. Y'all don't want to be holding a stolen dog? Then let's give up the DNA and let's see if these dogs is related. Because I know my dog when I see him. So that would have been an issue if we would have ever had that opportunity to do that. But at least we would have had Little Mayday and Brat to be able to test both of them's DNA. Does it matter to me now? No. Do I really care about how they got them now? No. Not at all, because all these dogs are gone. But what I do care about is the legacy. Little Mayday was a good dog. And to even think and feel like I'm looking at my dog, Little Mayday, a.k.a. Champion KUNTA, 4-time winner, the mouth of the South. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like Little Mayday, like it was like the Brat. And that's all. And that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, that is it. That's all I care about. Is he had the opportunity to get out there and was in the right hands of somebody who was able to do him and let him do what he do. You know what I mean? And produce a champion, 4-time winner. One of his victims was Grand Champion Wacko. That's an opportunity to me that he did something that his mama didn't do. Remember his mama went into a 4-time winner going for her grand championship. Could have made all world if we came out with that one. But Little Mayday did it. A.K.A. KUNTA did it to Wacko. And that's like sweetness to me. It's like sweetness to me because of the simple fact that little Mayday did something that, you know, took up what Mama didn't do. So regardless how they got her or got him, don't even matter to me. You know, you can look at the breedings that they did with KUNTA, and it really makes it look like KUNTA wasn't a good producer. You know, he produced some decent dogs, but it's the way, if you breeding a dog in a direction, here, let me just pull it up here. Let me help you guys out here. I'm going to go to the siblings on this one. I'm going to go to the first one first. I don't think it was this one either. It wasn't mine. Okay, we have a Miss Buckskin. Okay, that's a sibling off of KUNTA now. Nothing much there. I gotta go on my phone. I'm gonna find that. Cause there's another pedigree with that picture that I showed you guys with him. I think I'll be able to find it if I look up King KUNTA. But let's check out the offspring. Got 3 pages of them. We got Dirty here, and we got Skeezer there. We got a one-time winner. We got a loser here, and we got a one-time winner there, and we got Stinger here. Now, Milkman has Stinger. Stinger was a pretty good dog. That's Skeezer. Now, if you notice, let's assume this is Lil Mayday, and we put Mayday up here and Red Ace. See all this, Patrick? See the buck? These are things that we know will fit right in with this Mayday dog. We've seen it work. If that was Little Mayday. Common factor. See that? Now put Little Mayday on top of that in his pedigree. Probably why it worked. And that was Skeezer. That dog right there, he looked like that's a bad little female. Very rough dog, as you can see. 26, 27, 28 pound female to ever live. Ever live. We hear those kind of conversations when it comes to them killers. When it comes to them killers, we get them kind of conversations. You know what I'm saying? People LaFons and them, that's New York area, up in that area. Yet this is Florida. One thing we do know, bad as she was, it worked. But when you start really looking at him, let's just take, we're going to do the bottom first. A lot of good boils crosses in there. Remember, you got the other side of the boils dogs, and we cannot forget, we can't ever forget Red Baby. The man asked the question, you'll find Red Baby in KUNTA. For those that didn't know, possibility could have been there. So they're 39-41, just like Buck Rogers. See Red Baby right there? And you can probably have her again from correct down here at the bottom. Nice bred dog. Yeah. But this dog almost looked like the dog that we be having at the beginning of our show, Old George. Rabbit Man said, could this be the reason why KUNTA dogs click so well with Mayday and 357? Yes. That's the point that I was trying to make. I was going to go through all these breedings, and you'll see just imagine if we would have been breeding our yard like this. A lot of breeding not to get much, isn't it? It seemed like it was working pretty good going back into the Queen of Heart, Henry B stuff, though. Okay, page 3. 112 breedings. And we got Stinger. But y'all would think, or we would think, this is not good numbers for such a great dog. But just suppose he's little Mayday, and we breeding into triple bred Mayday dogs. Which one? Which one you saying? You want me to bring up little Mayday? Which one? I do got that. Yeah. Hold on. Be right with y'all guys. Mike's over here making requests. This one you talking about, Mike? That one? Okay. Now you see me. I got champion Little Mayday, aka KUNTA. As you see, I still left the owner as Butcher Knight, but we going with the breeders. I'm gonna give you a little insight on what happened and why we got it there. I didn't go through a whole story. I just put a little foreplay down in foreplay. You gotta keep in mind now. He only had 1 litter and he only had 2 puppies, a male and a female. A male and a female. Now if they was breeding him, knowing this is how he bred, they probably been breeding him and producing better dogs than what Sassy was producing. Remember, he only had that 1 female, and look what Sassy produced. Remember, I bred back to Little Mayday, and we came up with Maytu, and look what Maytu produced. So we are definitely working in the hand-in-hand thing, showing that if you would have took KUNTA and bred him with that pedigree, you'd have probably seen better dogs. Evidence to prove, we have BRAT doing it, and then we have Little Mayday's daughter doing it. Now I'm going to see if I can find that King KUNTA dog, because there was another dog out there. I think that's what they called him. That's King KUNTA. Look at that head, it damn near look like Buck Rogers, don't he? You see what we're seeing? There goes Sarah Kale. LITTERMATE the little buck. There go Mayday. Let's suppose we turn this part right here we turned this part right here into Little Mayday. And then you got this, and all this up here is the very thing that his daughter produced. Sassy Girl been bred into the Stone City stuff. There's all the light yellow. There's all the right yellow. We got Little Buck. We got Yellow Buck. We got Sir Kel. We got Mayday, Red Ace. And then you got this bottom side of Boils. And when we say the bottom side, let's take a closer look at that. We noticed that in most of those pedigrees that we've seen some success, some it dealt with a lot of the Boyle crosses, handicap. These are good crosses, but does it work with Mayday? No, not as the breeding. And the breedings that they made with him were damn good breedings. You see the dogs. You definitely see the dogs. He had 22 breedings. Got a whole lot of PORs and all wins, but we don't see one champion there. Not a one. Because it's the way they're being bred. Now, if you had took him and took it and bred him like he was a Mayday dog, I honestly believe you would have seen different lines of dogs, better type dogs coming off of them. Anybody got any questions, Mike? Y'all know what I'm saying?
Hey, Keith, I couldn't pull up that, Keith, I couldn't pull up that pedigree. Send me a number and I'll pull it up for you.
You talking about Brat? I gotta be right with you here. Make you see my glasses. That's what's wrong. I'm taking too long to focus. Now let's suppose. Now we're looking at it like for what it was. We go back to that. You know what I mean? This is what makes it work. If they had stayed to that part right there and went in that direction, you would have got those type of results. See all the yellow? We did this before. Now put that as a champion, Little Mayday. bring bread to Yellow Apache. The expectations of what we've seen out of these dogs here, Little Mayday would have been just as famous as the Brat. In true reality, that little female produced better dogs than the Brat. And made to. The double breeding combination between Brat and made to, produce that little bitch to produce that 4-time win, that 7-time winner. But that's because of this powerhouse right here. I think this is what made those dogs special. This is what made KUNTA special. Because KUNTA wasn't a rough-ass dog. But so was Lil Mayday. I put Lil Mayday at 14 months old on BLB's champion Charlie. That's the dog that was going into Tyrone. And at 14 months old, he gave Charlie hell. Like, let's make this point clear. Charlie wasn't yet a champion yet. And we was looking at dogs. He had a big show, and we was just looking at dogs. Before the show started, we was going to have us a roll day for people to, show off this shit before the night come, before the big night come. Well, I bought Little Mayday there. He's 14 months old, and I put him on Charlie. And believe me, he gave Charlie hell. That's when we knew we knew he was going to be a good one. You ask, well, why did you take Brad out before taking him out? Because Brat was the one that could be easiest to get done. One thing Brat had over everybody, Brat was she wasn't little, she was one of the biggest 35, 36, 37 pound dogs you ever want to see. Hmm? Yeah, let me see if I can get it back. Look at Brat. See that tall, rangy, cock diesel little female? The older she got, the more weight we had to keep going up. Because she kept getting taller. She really never got to filling out until we start, them roids, them roids made her bloat. At the end of her career, she just blew out. But this is about big as you was gonna ever get Brat. Because Brat was always battle ready. She stayed battle ready because she was battle ready because she was always either fighting a tree, chewing on a tree, chewing on her dog house. The dog worked day in and day out. Maybe she would sleep in the middle of the night, but she spent the day gnawing on anything and everything that she could. She was a straight nut. And I felt like, with her ability that, we was a shoe-in. We was shooting at anybody. 2-time winners, 3-time winners. Anybody want to jump on this bitch, bring it. Because we got a little nutcase. And y'all bringing these little dogs, and this is just lunch. We felt that was a better advantage at the time to be able to take her, because we knew that wasn't nobody going to bring a 35, 36-pound dog in there looking anything like her. These little short pee-wee dogs, she just slammed them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But look at her. About big as you was going to get her. I think the roids, I think they put a lot more weight on her than what, I was able to give her. you know. But believe me, those two together, and they had a little, like I said, they had a little one. A lot of those puppies they got, they caught parvo, and that's how we lost a few of them. You know, and that happened down there in Virginia. He tried to bring them. Brat was the only one out of Virginia that made it back to Akron. And she was real special even after she got back. Because the way she hit Lil Mayday, she was on Lil Mayday ass. She just pissed him off. But the crosses, if you notice the crosses, did everything that worked with these dogs right here, Brat and Mayday, had a lot to do with the double bred Mayday stuff. Everything that we damn near did, whether it was through Little Mayday, his daughter, or just straight up May 2. Anything that was a whole lot of yellow, give me some Jeep, gotta have the buck. This is how we were getting these match dogs. You know what I mean? He did it. He did it with two puppies. Give me thing. I'm gonna show him one with Little Mayday, the chocolate. I'm gonna see if I can pull up. See, we got some winners where you had May 2 and Brat in the same. No, yeah. Little Mayday, the little chocolate male I was telling you guys about, Gameville had some good dogs. And one of them was named Hershey. But I'm gonna see if I can pull a couple of them up. Bear with me, guys. And show you what I mean by if they had been breeding like these guys was breeding, you know, because they had Hershey, we had Sassy Girl, they had, you know, Hershey, and Hershey was off of Sassy Girl's brother, the chocolate male. Chocolate came from Bruiser, though. You know, Bruiser was a chocolate dog, and like I said, he only had two puppies, and one of them was a chocolate dog. See if what's the name was in here, he'd make this so much easier for me. You know what I'm talking about, Mike. His name's Sportline. Scotch on. Yeah, he would help me out a whole lot quicker. Oh, I can go back and do it like this. Mm-hmm. Sibling. There you go. Let's do it like that. All right, this is the Sassy Girl's LITTERMATE brother, the chocolate one. There's only two in the litter. She was chocolate. These are the two dogs that I gave away because they were both cold. He turned around and bred them. Hershey turned out to be a good little dog, but she was also the house dog. Why are we looking at this dog right here? because you see also you see BRAT and LIL MAYDAY in the same pedigree. Yeah, you got double Mayday because you got Made 2 there. So you see a lot of Mayday. This whole upper section, right from here all the way up, you see a whole bunch of that. But it's a lot of going hard dog sitting in there. Mm-hmm. Champion Jimmy. Take it and you breed into anything with yellow in it. Remember we seen that earlier. That's that same stuff we seen over there earlier. They go Gigi, they go Hershey, they go Menace. Anytime you go and take this stuff here and crossed into here, whether it was from Sassy or Made 2, anything coming off of yellow, a lot of yellow stuff, it worked. It worked. Let me see if I can put up another one here. I'm trying to give you some of these, showing you that Made 2, LIL MAYDAY played a big factor in Sassy Girl. Another cross that worked. It's funny how you take you see factors that work, and then you look at, regardless of how you breed, it's supposed to be something good just because it's that dog. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And I saw one where press the mic because I'm almost done. Same little lineup, dogs. Same little lineup down at the bottom. Almost the same thing we just saw. So we know this is working. Because we just saw Lil G. Now we dealing with Lil Wiggles. But we add a lot more Mayday is in there. But look. They would have been breeding KUNTA like at this kind of style because you got Wacko right there. And I would have to say, Lil Mayday beat him. It was a little mismatch because this seems like, from what I know, he was so much bigger than Wacko. But hey, you bought it. That's what happened when you bring it. He might have been rough, but he was going to get on a rough ass dog. They don't understand that. Well, that was Lil Mayday. You best believe he needed to be in a whole lot better weight class than he was going into that type of dog. Because he was definitely going to be rough, just like his sister. They had a different style. They were killers. These dogs was pretty fast lane dogs too. But as you can see, even crossed. But the factors is this stuff. Just gotta keep looking at it. See all that yellow? You gonna go yellow, red, boy, any of that. You gotta been just taking it, stepping outside the box. Because if I had little Mayday, I would have been doing. He'd have been probably just as famous as Luke Kane and them. Because I really believe that he would have been producing better dogs than BRAT and May2. Because his daughter's Sassy Girl. She carried that production power of Mayday. A lot of her offspring was able to produce. Yeah, they was. Yeah, May2 did a lot. Yeah, but because May2 was being bred to the right dogs, that was the key. Fatty Girl, you know, she heavy. Remember, Fatty Girl. If y'all don't know, Fatty Girl was the catalyst to the Screaming Demon stuff. If Dad had been breeding them like that, you'd have seen a difference. You know what I mean? I'm just pointing out things that would have worked. Remember that? Just wanted to go back through there and show you that one again. Things that would have worked. It's just certain things. Remember, I said, once you get the connection on how everybody else is doing it, you just follow the trend. The trend is gonna keep you right. You see what I'm saying? We seeing all this at the bottom. Remember, we didn't seen this. We dealing with different dogs, but what? Guess what's happening? We keep getting this right here, and we can just take it anywhere. You see what I'm saying? This is Tony Wade. He down there in Carolina. That's who that is. That's Tony Wade. Right there. Snake. There she go. See her siblings? See the bodies? Genetics. Again, there's Little Mayday. There's the yellow buck stuff. Once you locate it and you find it, work the hell out of it. They did the same thing with What a Day. What a Day was double bred. I mean, What a Day, yeah, she was double bred. She was off of Baby. Again, this is Little Mayday's. These are dogs that got Little Mayday in there. Yeah, I know I'm trying to find What a Day. Pull her up right quick. Again, now we have both Brat and Lil Mayday. But we're seeing there is something that we're noticing. Put them on top of each other, it works. And the other thing is, if you notice, Lil Mayday had a tendency of producing females. Females. Winning females. Producing females. See? What a Day. This is a little male I was talking about earlier. The one that had the brindle white head, white face. Another breeding. Again, what do we do? You got a little white head dog over there that KUNTA was bred to, that produced. There's the brindle body, white head. Just wanted to point that out. You seen this is the KP right there. Y'all seen his name up there with Boss Lady. Champion Boss Lady that he produced. He produced that Champion Boss Lady that he had. And he also, before he got mad and gave up his half ownership, he went and got this dog. Yeah. Y'all see that? KP, sibling. You see the sibling there? That's that Louisiana Combine stuff. Pancho, a four-time winner. You know I'm trying to find. Trying to find where little cool buck was bred to fatty girl. Where at? Did I miss it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. She had a bunch of damn names, you know, but it, is it going to take me to? She had different names, you know. She 1 minute she was, but what I was trying to take me to is skins. They go GG. Just making good moves. But the key, those keys be there. It's the breeders that they was making. What I was trying to find was Screaming Demon. You know what I mean? I just wanted to pull up his to show them the aspect of the production of how Fatty Girl plays such a big part of that. Yeah. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna see if I can put it up like this. I'm gonna pull up Screaming Demon right quick. Take a good look. That's right. Look what you got. You got Fatty Girl, Fatty Girl, Fatty Girl. You see what I'm saying? There your cool buck stuff is. Just points to be pointed out. Just points to be pointed out. Making the crosses. So I would if I had the opportunity, and I know what I know now, I'd have been breeding everything I had on my yard to Kunta. Wouldn't even gave a damn. As long as you give me some breedings. Because keep in mind, Lil Mayday didn't have but 2 puppies. And just those 2 puppies, you know what I'm saying? They both got, champions under their pedigree. Just 2 puppies. 2. And yet they could not get that much out of KUNTA. They wasn't breeding him in the right way. They was steady breeding him to the Boyles shit when he really wasn't a Boyles dog. I mean, they was great breedings, you seen it. But if he was really a Boyles dog, it should have clicked. And we know damn well if he had been brought it over this way and was breeding like we was all breeding ours, you'd have probably seen the production that he was able to do over here with just 2 puppies. You know what I'm saying? Got any questions, fellas? We can make this a good short night. Anybody want to throw any?
Big shout out to my little bro out there, Scratch Line. We ain't trying to tell your story, bro. We leaving that for you, fam. We just give him a little note of just how that shit ran. Y'all know what the deal was. That's y'all story.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I had to just touch on it just to point it out. But they had been breeding, and they got some KUNTA over there. Matter of fact, they got some KUNTA over there. I'm trying to, let me see, I can pull up Blue. I'm going to show you some shit that did work. Let me see, game deal. Yeah, I got it. There you go. There you go, right there. See? Yeah. To me, I would have been riding with the more of the buck. I mean, to me, I'm a buck man. If you ain't producing killers like Pandy and Queen, there was some decent dogs out there. But to me, buck, I'd have been add buck to all this bullshit. I really believe it'll put the Bulldogs on another level. Scratch Line, he's still alive, ain't he? Yes, sir. This dog right here still walking around. Now you take this for what it's worth. That's why this shit's still looking chocolatey. Too much it is. You throw this right here, turn into LIL Mayday, and you got a whole bunch of Mayday up in here.
He said, yes, sir, and producing well.
Yes, sir. You know why? So all this is it's a combination of a whole lot of that. Especially if you look at that for what it is. You take that for what it is and put it down here, it's stat. That's why it's showing up. That's why that shit's showing up. One damn thing for sure. Everything coming by way of this shit right here. We done knocked off this shit here, this Lil Jon shit. It shows up. I wanted to do Old Brick and them and Carnivore. You know, they're just good line of dogs, man, that you want to stay. If you want to feed it, you want to feed the right stuff. As you can see, there's combinations here. They're constant combinations. They go Fatty Girl, all the right combinations. Each one of these dogs that got their own right. You put that KUNTA on some Mayday, I guarantee you're gonna see some bulldogs. So all y'all got that heavy boils with KUNTA in it, change up. And dive into some Mayday with that shit and see what happens. The way they was breeding him wasn't all that good of a production line, because this wasn't, if he was bred like that, he was definitely a bulldog. You know what I'm saying? But the genetics got to be able to click. I mean, just because a dog is a great dog, you breed him anything, the chances of you getting something, you may get something, but will you get a consistent line of dogs? No. How many times you going to keep trying? Well, he tried 112 times. And we didn't do half that much. Nope, we just knew what to do. You know, you're building on something that, you know, possibility you're building on the wrong shit, because he wasn't what you had him down as in his pedigree. You got to breed him to the dog, and the dog was Lil Mayday. You should have been breeding down to this kind of shit. Should have been taking this shit here, all this backstreet shit here, just like they did, and you add Little Mayday right there with all this right here, and that's why Blue is producing. Because you got a whole lot of this genetic shit running around. Firepower. That dog right here, that's his nephew. That's this dog right here, LITTERMATE. Each one of them got producing power because each one of them put something on the ground. Point to be made. That's all I'm saying. Point to be made. Follow the trend. Follow the genetics. Go back in here before I close out. Give y'all one more look for the people that just popped up. What we was on tonight. You know what I'm saying? What we was on was Little Mayday. Anybody missed it, is that champion the BRAT's LITTERMATE brother? Champion KUNTA, full-time winner, a.k.a. Little Mayday. So that would be champion Little Mayday, four-time winner, a.k.a. KUNTA. Don't forget the genes. The genetics tells the story. We were talking about that. Too many traits. Too many traits. Too many traits. They got a white mark on the nose. See if I can find Sassy Girl again. every time I do that. Hold on. Let me go get one more time. Let me go pull up Sassy Girl so y'all can see the little white nose. Mike wants y'all to make sure y'all see that white nose. Where's Menace at? Always easy to find her with Menace. I'll just go this way. It's so much easier for me to do it the other way, Mike. I always wanted these. Oh, I do it right here. Do it right there. Sassy Girl. See the powder nose? Red nose, red eyes, just like her daddy, just like her aunt. Look at the feet. Again, here's her daddy. There's her aunt. Not a great producer because they didn't breed him in the right place. But guess what? He produced over here. He produced more over here in very little breedings than what they did 112 times. Genetics don't lie. That's too much of a coincidence. And then on top of the fact, I had this dog when he was 20 months old. You think I don't know my dog when I see him? But I'm happy with it. At least I know, you know, and I would be glad to, you know, not hate, but thank him. Glad that whoever got into some real bulldog man's hands, he showed his skills like his sister. Genetics don't lie. So, chat, anybody got any conclusions? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I'm reaching out to y'all. I'm asking y'all, what do y'all think? I mean, it could have been just a common Joe, but to have such a famous name like KUNTA, and a lot of people say he wasn't a good producer, but that's because they wasn't bringing to the right shit. When you look on this end over here, he's a hell of a producer. If we give him the name LIL MAYDAY, and look at all the shit that came off of his 2 puppies in that 1 litter, he was a hell of a producer. To be bred one time and have 2 puppies. So give me some input, y'all. What do y'all see there? Do y'all see what I see? I need y'all help. Help me out here.
Chico Nicholas says it looks real spooky, twin.
Yeah, man. That's what I said, baby boy. But I know my dog. He wasn't no puppy when he disappeared. He was 20 months old. 20 months old. And they can get old, but there's certain things that just don't change on them. You know what I mean? And that is not a mighty spooky thing. It's worse than spooky when you look at the traits. When you look at the traits. If you ever seen an inside the mouth of a brat, their mouth is just as beefy as theirs. The traits. Traits. You passed it down to your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Traits. Eyes. Head. Noses. Built. Built. And they was always, and another thing was they was big dogs for their weight. KUNTA was just like BRAT. He's a big dog for his weight. You know what I'm saying? That was his advantage, just like BRAT. Coincidence or some Twilight shit? I'm leaving it up to you guys.
Uncle Willie said, God make no mistakes. Unjust don't work.
I'm just happy he ended up in somebody's hand and got done. Because he was all that. You know, I would be glad, I would be thanking him. I wouldn't be mad at him, I'd be thanking him. I'm mad at Norman. That's what I'm mad at, Norman. But I have every reason in the world to thank them. Whether they believe it or understand it, because I don't know how they got it, but I know my dog. You know, let somebody can show me something that offset all these traits, because traits don't lie. All I got to do is keep putting up his daughter, sassy girl. We already see enough over here. But what about that daughter? What's the explanation on the daughter? Huh? Still talking about them same old traits. Eyes, nose, there go the white feet. Ears. Yes, she had airplane ears too. Look at her head. You can tell she had beefy jaws too, just like BRAT. And she was a hell of a producer. Remember, she's the one. She's that bitch that made the first Mayday Stone City cross. That's her. And ain't none of them out there did what she did. She produced one out of that litter to put in the box and put her in history because she got a 4-time registered married bitch off of that breeding. Something that they couldn't do with Mayday and Blondie. You know what I'm saying? Am I right, gentlemen? For those who's taking notes, Twin got a point? Yeah, Twin got a point. Can't change history, but it sure leaves us something to analyze. Are these coincidences? No. Too much evidence to give me a coincidence. And then that's the other thing. The fact that I know my damn dog. Like I said, I've never saw his body. Once I saw KUNTA's body, and I saw that mark on his neck, the way his went across like his daddy. It was just as thick as his daddy, going off to the left, going off to the left. See how thick his is, like his daddy? Damn sister got the same thing going across her neck. That's a genetic trait. You got to be a breeder to understand that. Me being a breeder, I have too much evidence here.
Got it. You better be breeding.
You got that KUNTA still in your shit, you better be breeding to some Mayday shit. Just pile up the Mayday shit, you might get a turnaround. Yeah, go diving, take that KUNTA shit over there to some of that yellow man shit. You might wake up that shit. You know what I mean? You still gonna get good dogs. But I think you'll get better dogs than doing it the way y'all doing it, because if the pedigree ain't lining up, it ain't gonna work. And we have seen enough of him being bred that we know, going back into that shit, good as it looks on paper, the results, flimsy. Let's take it like he's bred off of Mayday. And let's breed him that way now. And let's see what you can produce. We done already seen Gameville. They got him up there. That's a perfect example. Blue is definitely going to be a great producer. The combination got too much Mayday, too many producers in that one pedigree. You know what I'm saying? What's on the screen here? Making sure everybody can see. You see them white feet? Promote my nut case. Eyes, ears, genetics. I'm only talking shit based on the genetics. Some gonna like it, some ain't. But hey, Mike, you want to put your episode on this thing, man? I'm gonna let you out of the chair. You can go ahead and talk to everybody. But before I get up, I just want to make sure everybody ain't got no answers or questions or opinions.
Uncle Willie said he don't look like no Boyle's dog.
Yeah, okay? Say it again. That's what I said. Yes, it's W, man. You might. No, I'm telling you what's out there. KP. No, I'm not.
All right, fellas, we finna close this down tonight, but I need y'all to give me some help. Give me some help. I need y'all to give me some damn thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Now give me some damn roses, roses. I need damn roses. Come on. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, do not forget to subscribe.
You gonna take over me? If he didn't get anything out of it, goddamn, we got a good, interesting conversation on it. You know what I'm saying? It's too old to be worried about. Is what is done is done. You know what I'm saying? It's just his age. Let history speak for itself. But it was a good point. Hey, these dogs are gone and probably ain't got bones in the ground anymore, but it's good for me to be able to reach back there. Remember how we got here. I didn't go pull this out of the hat. Somebody knew something, somebody bought it to me. Somebody bought it to me, and evidently they wanted me to look into that a little deeper because they gave me the things to look at. How many people out here saw that picture of KUNTA? You always see this picture here, but how many of us really saw that picture? And how many people ever recognized the resemblance of him looking like a Mayday dog and not a Boyle's dog? Because he sure as hell didn't produce like a Boyle's dog. It seemed like the only shit you seem to be working is when you crossed him with the Mayday. You want to call him not a great producer, but guess what? His sister did down there pretty good. If you want to put him as Little Mayday, Little Mayday produced pretty good with his 2 puppies. The daughter did damn good. Makes you wonder. Maybe that's why it wasn't working. Think about it. All the little things to think about, But what does it change? It doesn't change anything. It is part of the past. But it's definitely something interesting to think about. And that's what I brought it to the show for. Nothing but something to think about. And big shout out to Good tonight, whether it is or it ain't, bro. Look, I'll put it like this. To me, I'm glad you guys got him because he did something with it. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be worth the compensation if he wasn't champion at KUNTA.
AKA LIL MAYDAY. All right, fellas, look here. Hey, I appreciate everybody who's giving up some thumbs and showing up that love, hanging out with some roses. For those who haven't do it, hey, don't take but one. Even if you throw up one, don't matter. Just show your appreciation and show your love. Hey, man, look. Like Mo was saying, it don't really matter. It wasn't even about trying to create controversy. When Mo sent me that picture, because first of all, I always thought like this. We was going after KUNTA, because we never seen KUNTA. But KUNTA's name was ringing around. But I'm just, God worked in mysterious ways. The reason I say that, because if we had walked in that door and seen Lil Mayday standing there, it was going to be some shit. Straight up. And that would have been a perfect time because BRAT was still alive. Because it was gonna be some shit. We were gonna have a very, very serious problem. You know what I'm saying? But then, like I said, God just works in mysterious ways. And for whoever that Mr. Rodriguez, whoever that was who threw that out there and made it and sent that picture, because we've never ever seen that picture before. Never, and never found it out there. But they had that picture. And prior to us receiving that picture, Mo always said KUNTA looked like Lil Mayday. But because of that harness on, we never seen the chest. But once you seen that chest, it was done. Because at that point, there was no doubt. When he showed me the picture and I said, that looked like Lil Mayday, I didn't even know it was KUNTA. I didn't. When he sent me the picture, I said, somebody had a picture of Lil Mayday. He said, no. I said, well, who is it? He said, that's KUNTA. I said, man, you got to be playing with me, man. Don't be playing with me. He said, no, Mike, that's KUNTA. I said, how come we ain't never seen that picture before? And then he told me the story about what somebody said. Well, I remember what was in the comment. I seen Mo comment on it. But he said that same person sent him that picture. Like they knew something. So that's why we're talking about it. Probably, we debated whether we were going to say something or not. But then again, why not? There might be some people out there who got some of that KUNTA blood and you're breeding it all the different type of way. But do a change up right quick. If it's any good, it's probably so far down it wouldn't even matter right now. But hell, I got people out here that still got it working. So the possibility of it still able to work is still evident in 2025. My people still got working shit. So and they shit too. So it's evident that it works. Mayday, Stone City, it always works. Work for us, work for them, and probably will work for you. Just change up. I'm gonna take 112 goddamn offspring to find out, to get a couple. It didn't take us that many to do it. And believe me when I tell you, anybody who walked on Going Hard Yard back in the day, everything in their yard had goddamn it red nose and was buckskin. Everything. Everything. You know what I'm saying? And you would think coming off of Mayday why we didn't get the black face. Well, look at Roger Ramsey. Black did show up, but we were so strong in that red shit, but then we have reasoning and why we were kept getting that complete red nose, red nose, red eyes, and airplane ears. I think that damn had a lot to do with the breeding program, man. We stayed within what we knew it was working, and it worked. As you notice, as we progress, you look at Roger Lil Buck Rogers. Look at their ears. They took on that STP look. STP buck ears. Look at their bodies. That's traits. And them traits moved on. Look how we was breeding. Look at Stone City shit. Why are we all looking the same? Because we're all doing the same thing. Different dogs, same look. Remember, we just had a little bit of extra different shit because we was bringing that A/Angus shit along with us. It could have been Charlie. We said it could have been Charlie, but goddamn it, so did Angus. So I ain't gonna argue that issue either. But these are the things that the game has always provided over the many years. But then one thing, when it all comes down to it, wouldn't be worthy of talking about if the dog wasn't shit. Wouldn't even be talking about if the dog wasn't shit. But that's the thing. Doing all kind of crazy shit with papers. That's why it's important to know what you're doing, study the bloodline, get in there and pay attention to the traits. And if it don't look right, it ain't right. But at least be smart enough to know that if you're doing your homework and if it don't look right, don't mess with it. That's all. Appreciate everybody for showing up and showing out with us tonight. Again, big shout out to all my people up in Ohio, all my Ohio State fans. Guess what? We got another one. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to the Buckeyes. Big shout out to everybody out there in the chat, everybody on the back street. Hey, that's something to think about. You know what I mean? It's something to think about. Big shout out to my KP, because I know you out there watching. I know you watching. You know what I'm saying? But again, big shout out to Schoolboy too, you know what I mean? Big shout out to everybody who reached out back to us. We kind of wanted to debate whether we would even want to do this. But again, Mo changed his mind because he felt like it was an injustice if people was out there breeding it a certain way. How about doing it this way? Because once he got into it and started looking at how it wasn't working, kind of made him feel bad because, you know, everybody talking about Kunta wasn't, couldn't produce shit. Well, because they breed him. He said, maybe if I tell him, how to breed the shit right, how he's really supposed to be bred, maybe you might get some shit. You know what I mean? Change up your game because that's LIL MAYDAY. Well, you know how Mo is. You're always trying to give back to something. And if he can save anybody, he's going to save somebody. But the fact is, LIL MAYDAY's daughter is Sassy Girl. Menace. How are these dogs being able to produce? And he can't. Well, the show, you really want to know, go pay real close attention to what he was pulling up as far as pedigree. I mean, ain't nothing back there you can go change. So it's already sealed in stone. What it produced and how it produced is self-explanatory. So as we close out tonight, my dog of the night is going to be KUNTA. I mean, LIL MAYDAY, a.k.a. KUNTA. Because he is the dog of the night. Not everybody gets the opportunity to come back and stumble up on some shit and you be like, damn. He's already a 4-time winner, KUNTA. And another thing, you think about it, now him and BRAT is the same age. By the time he won number 4, he would have had the damn near B's. Him and BRAT's career almost ended around the same time because KUNTA was old by the time he won his number 4. Maybe that age was the reason why they didn't want to go after number 5. Because we were straight coming. And everybody was talking about Buck Rogers. Everybody. There wasn't nobody trying to get in that path, but we already had set our mind on going after people. It was just, it just never happened. Like I said, those sports guys were funny like that because, we ain't no telling what that might have been if we had walked in on some shit like that. But, again, this Bulldog game is always full of some shit. Y'all know that. Again, maybe that's what makes it fun and so interesting. So, till Friday, man, I need y'all to help me take this thing out. I need y'all to help me take this thing out. Regardless of whatever the situation is. Whatever it led up to being. And Bulldoggers, they ain't gonna be worthy to talk about them unless they about that life, right? So we're gonna do it like this. Regardless of what is bred and how it's bred, who got it and what you doing with it. You better make damn sure that it is always. You better make damn sure that it's always. I mean, you better make damn sure it always press to win. Hey, man. What's the number tell you that, I'm baby? I'm just going to tell you, man. Work with the numbers. Dog of the night, y'all. This is our dog of the night right here. Hold on. Let me get this thing together. Let me get this shit like that right here. I see about to beat right here. Yeah. Dog of the night. He never got a chance to lay his eyes on LIL MAYDAY. You know what I'm saying? You never seen LIL MAYDAY.
working with the dog as much as I did every day for 20 damn months, I know what my dog looked like. I think I pointed it out pretty well tonight, didn't you think?
Man, look here. First of all, I don't even. Ain't nobody chance to find about anything. I know what the hell you look like. I don't even question. Yeah, I said when I first seen it. Yeah, it's telling you. Dog of the night. Little Mayday.
They scratch line. I had to shoot this one at you. How many times you seen BRAT? Let them know that you not have that beefy mouth just like KUNTA right there in that picture. Just like her daddy.